Hey there Bladers, KB here, how's it going? Sorry my first live stream that I did a few minutes ago died. YouTube told me that apparently I was breaching copyright, which didn't really seem to make much sense. Meaning I'm using free audio from their library, so I'm not sure why they stung me. They kind of took my audio or my live stream down, so I had to create a new one. But don't worry, I'm still here. Alright, let's see. So we've got a bit of issues going on here with audio, so I'm just going to try and see if I can tweak that a little. I don't know why it's telling me it's crud. Let's go that setting. Alright, that should be sufficient now. Tweak that a little. I don't know why it's telling me it's crud. Let's go that setting. Okay, so we're all good. Alright, let's roll. Okay, so let's do some battles and stuff today. Gotta get all the stuff that's not necessary out of the way. Okay, before I do though, I'll show you guys something that I'm going to do a video on a bit later. This is a Beyblade that I've made myself. This is Crusher Magnus, so it's gonna need a bit of a paint job and stuff, but it's where it is at the moment. It does of course have some normal Beyblade parts attached to the bottom, so you've got a frame here. I've set it up with the, there goes the disc. So for the disc I have that one, yeah, that's the Buster Excalius disc. So you got the Buster Excalius disc, I think it's still one, and a glaive frame on it. And then I've also put Volcanic on the bottom of it. So it's a pretty nasty Beyblade. It does a lot of damage in the stadium, and it's actually beaten Turbo Spryzen once or twice already, so that was pretty neat. I'll have to complete it and then put it up to the real test and do a review video on it and stuff, and we'll see how well it goes against other bays. Okay, so let's do some battles. I think I'm going to do evolution battles today. I mean, I've done a lot of slingshot ones in the past. Hey viewers, welcome to the feed. So I will do evolution bays today. They can be our sole focus. And the camera's looking way better this time around. Jerry, hey, how's it going? Welcome to my live stream. First one that I've seen you in, I believe. Alright, we'll get all of these Beyblades out of the stadium, because I'm going to need to give this a bit of a clean up first. There's all manner of dust and junk in here. Person not found Pikachu, hey, how are you? Alright. Stadium is clean. I'm really digging the camera quality this time around. It is only a 720 camera, but it is looking a lot cleaner than it has in the past, because I did a few tweaks and made the brightness and stuff a bit better, so it's not so washed out. Just gotta make sure this is in frame. There we go. I'm just gonna tape the stadium down first before I do the battles, because the force of the bays moving around can actually cause the thing to spin out of control. So
Sorry.
Just ignore that, guys. That's just my wife coming in with her rowdy phone and interrupting my live feed. Okay, so the stadium's stuck down now. We're not going to get any what do you call it, gyrations from the bays knocking everything around. Alright, let's start off with an odd couple. Let's go Calazar versus Valtryek V3. I might try out my custom make launcher today. Well, this is custom make launcher number 2. First one that I did was the multi-grip launcher, which I'm trying to find. Got it. Alright, this is the other one I made. This is my other multi-grip launcher. I've made that one, and I made that one. These two are completely custom. The launchers themselves are official, so you've got your slingshot ones here from Hasbro, and I've basically just epoxied 2 of those together. I've used one of the proto launcher pieces in here, and then epoxied the slingshots to that. So it gives you the ability of 2 launching bays. It does reduce the power on one bay, increases the power on the other, but it does the job. And this one here is basically just 3 launcher grips that have just been fused into one. So you got one full piece in the middle here and the top sections of 2 others, and I've glued them together, which gives me the ability to launch 2 Beyblades at the same time. Alright, let's try out this Hasbro slingshot launchers first. I'll do a single battle just to see if the launcher works. If it doesn't do what I want it to do, we'll switch back to the string launchers. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, didn't do too badly there. I was actually expecting it to be a lot worse, but nope. Alright, so our first round goes to Calazar. Valtryek V3. Didn't even get to do his reboot driver that time around. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Valtryek V3 is stuck. That's the other problem you sometimes get with these launchers, is the Beyblades won't come off. Hey there viewer, welcome to the live stream. So I'll put Calazar at the back here, and we'll put Valtryek at the front, and see if we can get him off the launcher. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Right, so he can't sit on the back of the launcher because he gets stuck, so we'll have to... Oh, that was nasty. That was a jewel burst there. So both Beyblades wrecked each other. I've never seen that happen before with these two. Hey Bills, how are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. I think you're still here. It says no viewers currently here, but I'm guessing you are. Alright, so we got a jewel burst. So let's try this again. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. We're gonna get a reboot driver in this time, or is Calazar gonna finish Valtryek off again? Oh, okay, so 1 apiece. Valtryek gets a point, and so does Calazar. Go figure. Alright. Next round, 3, 2, 1, go. You might see Valtryek winning this match so far, so that's 2 to Valtryek. Calazar's not doing so great. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Which way is it gonna go? Valtryek uses reboot, and there you go, Calazar's down. So Calazar's our first Beyblade to be defeated. Hey viewer, welcome to the stream. Alright, let's try Valtryek V3 versus Spryzen Requiem. So in this case, I need to figure out which direction he is facing. He's in left launch, so I'm going to need to change him over to right launch, seeing as this launcher setup is right hand. There we go. So Spryzen is now in the correct spin direction. Alright, let's see which one of these Beyblades is going to go forward. Is Valtryek going to lose to Spryzen, or is Spryzen going to lose to Valtryek? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh no! Right, that didn't go too well. Spryzen got stuck and then fell off when the battle had already started. So we'll try this again. Three, two, one. We seem to be having a few malfunctions here. Spryzen doesn't want to come off the launcher. If we keep having issues like that though, we're never going to get any action here. Okay, let's try this one more time. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Alright, Spryzen's on the outer rim. Valtryek is losing his speed. I don't think his reboot's going to save him this time. Nope. First round goes to Spryzen. So Spryzen's leading. Valtryek pulling in behind. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was a bad launch. No fun came of that one. Alright, we'll try again. 3, 2, 1. Alright, it seemed like the first Beyblade didn't get too much action. The other launcher kind of had a spaz. Alright, so another one for Spryzen. Three, two, one, go. Alright. This launcher is probably either malfunctioning or it hasn't been used enough and the grips are too effective. Holding on to every Beyblade that pretty much launches out of it and won't let them go, and then they stay on the launcher when we're in mid-battle. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so might not be able to use Spryzen on this launcher. We might have to use the stringers for this one, seeing as both bays won't come off. Alright, let's try this again. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Oh, nailed him. First finish there for Spryzen Requiem. Completely tanked Valtryek V3. No mercy there at all. Alright, next round. 3, 2, 1, go. And we'll have to do that again. It's hard to get a launcher where the bays actually stay there. 3, 2, 1, go. And no good. 1 second, guys. It'd be good to get a few of those sparking launches, and hopefully their performance is better than these other launches of the current times. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. And there we go. That's better. Comes Valtryek, tailing Requiem. Okay, which way is it going to go now? Oh, we might see the first win for Valtryek. Nope. That is done. Valtryek's gone. So, alas, Valtryek V3 is next Beyblade down. So, Spryzen Requiem is our standing bay at the moment. He's going to move forward. We'll put him up against... Let's try something interesting. Let's go with the app activated Beyblade. I'm going to find my cell phone. I think this Beyblade still has power. Find out in a sec. Right, let's go into the app. Where is Beyblade app? There it is. Okay, found the app. Let's see if we can get this Beyblade to connect. Interesting to see if it still has power. Flashing red, so I think we might be dead. Okay, so we can't use the Fafnir. The battery is unfortunately dead in it, so it's a cool Beyblade when it's got power, but right now the batteries are flat, so we're gonna have to put him to the side and count him as not participating. Let's go with Requiem and Excalibur. This should be a violent battle. Excalibur's a very heavy attacker, and Requiem, well, he's a powerhouse on his own. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. And no, no, he's not going to come off the launcher. Try this one again. Oh, sneeze and bound. Woo! Hay fever season. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That was a violent hit there to start off with. Excalius just crushed Requiem. Very nasty hit. Alright, 3, 2, 1. The only problem with the Excalibur Bay is it never launches. It's always because of that stupid one disc. What I'll do in that case then, I will switch it out. Put a more reasonable disc in there that's not going to snag. Of course, an attack type disc. We'll give him 6. Let's see if he launches with 6. If he does, we're happy days. Oh, what the heck? It doesn't launch at all. This Beyblade has annoyed me. It is officially stuck on my launcher. Come on, you stupid Beyblade. Alright, I think we're going to leave him out because he's just not doing the job right. Chuck him away into the trash box. There's a nasty clone of Beyblade anyway, so we won't miss him too much. Put it in. Alright, we'll move on. So we'll keep Requiem, but we'll go on to Regulus. Shelter Regulus and Spryzen Requiem. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and proceed. There we go. Here comes Regulus. Barraging Requiem, but is it gonna be enough? Nope, Requiem steals the win. Hey there viewer, welcome to the stream. Hope your day is going well. Mine's going okay, apart from the hay fever problems, but other than that, everything is a-okay. Alright, here we go. Round 2. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, heavy hits there from Regulus. Barraging Requiem. And a win for Regulus. So Regulus is on 1. And we got Spryzen here on 1 too as well. Sorry. Regulus is on a single point and so is Spryzen. There we go. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And go shoot. Regulus hitting with the heavy hits again. This time he's not getting as many in there though. So Spryzen right. Oh! Wow, okay, there you go. There you go, viewer, you came in at the right time. You got to see a burst. Well done. Okay, so that is Regulus defeated. Spryzen has taken him to the cleaners. That was an unfortunate end, but there you go. Could have gone the other way though. I mean, if I can get this in camera, you can see there that the Spryzen Requiem is about halfway through the turns on the layer, so he was almost on his way to burst as well. Brood, hey, how you doing, man? Welcome to the channel. Or should I say welcome to the feed. And yeah, that was a beautiful burst. I actually thought Regulus was going to win there, but nope, that was not to be. Alright, let's try. Let's go Wizard Fafnir versus Spryzen Requiem, and we'll see if Fafnir is moving forward. Oh, of course, Fafnir is a left spinner, so we're going to need the left-hand launcher. Left-hand launcher. Okay, here we go. Make sure the bays stay on the cords, or the grips. There we go. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Okay, who's gonna win this one? Spryzen's got the outer area of the stadium, which is usually Lornor's playground. He's coming in for the hits on Fafnir. Fafnir's stamina though, so we'll see if he can last. Not sure if you can see it through the camera, but from this angle, Spryzen is showing a bit of fatigue, although I think he's got Fafnir. Oh, I'm going to say that's a draw. I think it was more in the favor of Fafnir, but it's a little hard to tell because it's one of those too close to call moments. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. And Spryzen's in the outer rim again, making his move in. So it's going to be a defensive type battle, huh? Fafnir's on the offense or defense here, although he's getting knocked around a bit. There we go, there's an official win. Brood, yep, I'm going to say it was a tie. That first one was a tie. That one though, Fafnir had about a quarter turn on Spryzen, so he did get that point. 3, 2, 1, good shot. Okay, this is nasty. Spryzen is actually pushing Fafnir off the center point. That's usually a good way to take down bays, especially if you've got a stamina type. You knock it on its side, it's basically over. Well, this is interesting. Fafnir for the second point, so it's looking like Fafnir might go to be the winner of this round, or this match. If he gets another one, he's onward, and Spryzen meets the end. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Yeah, here comes the climax. The bays are in the middle now. Is Fafnir going to be able to hold on and take round 3, or is Spryzen going to get a point and start collecting as well? Nope, it's official. Fafnir moves on. Spryzen is out. So no more Spryzen. Alright, let's try... We can't use 2 lefts. Not yet, anyway, because I've got left on left. Unless... No, that won't work. Okay, so what we'll have to do is try... Let's go Fafnir versus Cognite. Switch back to my right and right string launchers. Oh no, right and left. Still right and left. Fafnir is still in the match, so we need the left launcher. We'll use Cognite though and see if Cognite can beat Fafnir. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And hey there viewer, welcome to the stream. Alright, so this is going to be one of those matches where the Beyblades are up in each other's face. Because both of these Beyblades are stadium center type bays. They're always moving in the middle. So let's find out who's the better bay. Fafnir, I think that time he just had a little bit of extra push at the end. Alright, we'll switch Cognite's mode. That's the unfortunate thing for Fafnir. He doesn't have any mode switches. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go shoot. That mode switch has made a big difference for Cognite. He's a lot more aggressive now. Brood says, do your bays also lose a bit of their paint from all the battling? I hate when that happens. Luckily no major damage yet. Yeah, a few of them do. I've got a few of them that are pretty scratched up. Just gotta try and figure out which one it is. Especially this one. Camera might not pick it up because it's not the best. But if you look closely there, you can see the paint's kind of faded away on the Spryzen energy layer. That's all the contact points where he's been like making contact with the stadium and other bays. It kind of shaves away the paint. It does look kind of nasty in the end, but I suppose that's bound to happen. I reckon normally if I wasn't just a battler and I actually collected as well. I mean, I do collect bays to add to a collection, but if I collected them and didn't use them for battle, then I'd probably get 2. Then there'd be 1 for battling and 1 for keep, but this is kind of what happens to most of them. If they're two-tone colors, like this Spryzen Requiem has a base layer of red and they've painted gold over it, the gold's going to wear off because it's not the official paint color. Brew, did you see who won that last match? I wasn't really paying attention. I kind of got a little distracted there. I think it might have been Cognite, I'm not sure though. Ha! Okay, we might have to do that battle again then. Neither of us noticed. It's too distracted with socializing. I enjoy the fact of being able to chat with the subs, or subscribers, so I got distracted there and took interest in your statement or comment, and I wanted to, be a good Samaritan and answer your question. So we'll try this one again. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And go shoot. Alright, I'll pay attention this time. No point being a good commentator if you can't see what's going on. I think Cognite switched modes on us again and has gone back to his stamina mode instead of his attack, because he's not as violent as he was before. Hard to call it. I'm going to say it was somewhat more of a draw than it was an actual win either side. Real shame that this Cognite doesn't stay in a particular mode. I think it tends to wear down over time, and the little prongs that hold the modes in either form tend to wear out and it won't stay in attack or stamina. Yeah, I'm gonna go draw. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go shoot, and go shoot. There we go, see, Cognite's in attack mode again now. It's actually staying that way. Oh, he's pounding Fafnir. Fafnir's a spin stealer though, so... Ah, Cognite. Cognite gets that one. I think Cognite got the first one too though as well. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh! It's a shame we lost Spryzen, because we could have put Spryzen up against Luinor, but I suppose that's not going to happen now. Oh, the heavy hits are in. Fafnir's on his side. Cognite takes the win. Can't remember if Cognite scored before or not, because I forgot. So I'm going to say one more match to the win. 3, 2, 1. Oh, straight out the bat. Heavy hits. Fafnir moves back to the middle though and holds steady. Cognite's coming in with those low spin hits. Ah, that's a win for Fafnir there, so Fafnir holds a point. Still need only one though for Cognite to take the match. 3, 2, 1, and there we go! Here comes Cognite, very heavy hits. He's on the barrage again. This is where it gets hard to tell which one wins. If we get a clear spin, Alright, that one's definitely Cognite. So Fafnir is out. No more Fafnir. Alright, let's try Phantasmus. I would switch to use a Luinor. I was thinking about Luinor, but the only problem is if we use Luinor, he's a left spinner, and I don't really have another left spin launcher. So we're going to have to just roll with right spins until we lose Fafnir. Oh wait, we did lose Fafnir. Ah, so never mind. Alright, anyway, we use Cognite against Phantasmus. Might get a burst out of this one because these two bays are going to be very aggressive. Alright, 3, 2, 1, here we go! Here we go! This bay's going to score. Phantasmus is pretty defensive though, so it might not be Cognite. Nope! He wins because he's got that beak sort of driver on him. Alright, the first point's Phantasmus. 3, 2, 1, go! Wow, that was a bad launch right out the side. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Here we go! Cognite's getting in the barrage hits. But Phantasmus for the win the second time. And he's down. Alright, 2 in Phantasmus' favor. 3, 2, 1, go! Who's gonna get this one? Phantasmus is sitting on 2. Cognite is not got a single point yet. There we go, Phantasmus for the win, which puts Cognite out of the battle. He is gone. Alright, let's try another one. Let's go for one of my favorites, Noctimus. This guy is brutal when he's in the stadium with another bay. He is a very heavy hitter. When I first got it, it was extremely fast. May have worn down a little bit now in terms of the driver, but he's still lightning quick. Do string launches launch more powerfully than ripcord launches? It seems like it. Yeah, you get more sort of like revolutions, I guess, from the Beyblade. I mean, this is a chord one here. So your chord ones, the chord ones give you sort of like direct power, but I think as you pull it out, the cord pulls away from the gearing inside it, and it tends to, you lose a bit of power. The string ones are pretty fast. Like they do have a nasty whip. Like if you're playing against another blader, I've got a friend named Belle. She was in here before. You can see her name at the top of the chat up there. When I battle her, she normally gets hit by the cord, because the cord will whip out like a whip and strike people across the fingers, hits them on the back of the hands and knuckles and stuff. It's really pretty painful and nasty. But yeah, the string ones tend to be a little bit faster. They do tend to put out a little bit more power as well, because you can determine how far you want to pull it. Like you've got quick snap launches, and then you've got you can do really long launches. Like a snap launch is one of these ones. Oh, that didn't really work. Snap launch is kind of like this, and then you got the long launch, which is, so it really depends on what kind of launch you want to do and what kind of power you want to get out of your launch. If you want to go for like a quick snappy hit, which is kind of like shoot it into the stadium, hit the other bay and knock it straight out, you want to go for a snap launch, which is where you basically rip the cord quickly. But if you want to get lots of power for a longer battle, you pull the cord a lot further. Hey viewer, welcome to the channel, welcome to the feed. Okay, let's try out Phantasmus versus Noctimus. 3, 2, 1, go. And alright, here we go. We should get a nasty burst out of this. Either it'll be Noctimus or it'll be Phantasmus. One of these is gonna go. Okay, not in the first round. First round is just a survivor. We might get a burst in the next one. if we're lucky. I want to see a burst. The only burst we've seen so far was Valtryek, and I think the second one that followed through was Regulus. So we've only seen 2 bursts so far. 3, 2, 1, get Alright, here we go. Get your hits in there, Noctimus. Phantasmus is off center with that peak. Hold it! Oh, there we go! Haha, there we go. Bam! Burst finish, burst finish. So that unfortunately puts Noctimus out of action. That's a 3-point win against him, and he is over, which is a shame because I really like this guy. He's one of my favorites. He sits up there with Valtryek. Unfortunately, Valtryek, as most people know, has this self-destructive mode where it's supposed to have the spring launch attack, but when the spring hits another Beyblade, you get this problem. So you go, hey, look, spring attack, and then it's over. So it's a pretty shy gimmick. It doesn't serve it very well at all. I reckon they should have done better, maybe made the spring mode separate from the actual Beyblade so that when you collided with another one you actually hit the bay, but the top part was independent from the actual frame. But they didn't, so it's a shame. Okay, let's go for something heavy hitting. We'll take the right string launcher off, put the white one on, and we'll bring in Longinus. So we'll go Longinus against Phantasmus. Let's see if we get any bursts from Phantasmus this time round, because if we get the right angle and enough power, Longinus should destroy him, but he's holding together pretty well so far. Alright, round 1. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. Here we go. Longinus isn't acting very aggressive. The stadium or his driver might be a bit dirty. It's normally a lot more nasty than this. Oh, Longinus still got the win though. Bit of dirt on the driver. I think the stadium is probably the worst part of it. What I will do though is I'll put my secret weapon in there. Normally if I get really weak launches and really weak battles, I tend to go and turn to my little secret weapon, which is some oil. And normally what I do is I'll put a few drips of that in there and then just kind of polish the stadium floor, because you get a lot of crud in there and the stadium tends to dry up a bit. So the plastic tends to age and you lose a lot of your shininess on the stadium floor. Normally if you rub a bit of oil around it every now and then, you get the sort of factory state of the plastic back, and the Beyblades will move a lot faster. Alright, there we go. Stadium is all cleaned up. That should give us a lot more aggression in the 2 Beyblades. Now Longinus should rip around the stadium, now that the stadium's a bit more polished. Alright, let's try for round 2. Let's see if we get a better result. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. See, Longinus is moving around a lot smoother. Big change. 2 points in favor of Longinus. Got him on the launcher. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. And Longinus starts off with a heavy hit. He's barraging Phantasmus, but it looks like he's lost his speed. It's one of the biggest downsides of Nightmare Longinus. He just doesn't have the stamina. But he got another point, so Phantasmus is gone. Alright, so let's try need to keep things interesting. If we lose Longinus, we're in trouble because the last 3 Beyblades are 2 defenses and a stamina type. So if we lose stamina type, we're going to be up against 2 defense types, which will be boring. So I'm going to bring in Wyvern, and we'll put Wyvern up against Longinus. We'll see if Wyvern can take down Longinus. Time to find out. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And here we go. On polished stadium floor, we should get some very interesting battles out of these 2. Oh, nasty strikes. I think Wyvern's got the upper hand here, though. Yep, just a little spin at the end there, but that was all he needed. It was all he needed to take the win. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go shoot. A lot of center action here. Not a lot of outer areas of the stadium being used. A lot of these bays are pulling into the middle. Wyvern for the second point. Not faring well for Longinus here. 3, 2, 1, go and go! Oh, that was a brutal hit. I have a feeling this one's going to go to Wyvern as well. Oh no, Longinus for a point. Okay. 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. There we go. 2, 2. Change the angle of the launch and boom. Hey viewer, welcome to the live stream. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go. Longinus scores another point. It's all about the launching angles. Change the angle, change the attack. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and that angle wasn't very good, so I didn't get a strike. Oh, nasty. Draw. Okay, no official winner that time around. Three, 2, 1, and yes. Alright, Longinus is going to do what looks like a mild flower pattern, but he's not making a lot of contact with Wyvern, so that's not really going to work too well. And there we go. Wyvern had enough power to steal the win. So unfortunately, our good friend here, Longinus, is no more. Okay, so I'm going to try and get rid of at least one of these bays. I don't really like where the end of this is going to go because we're down to Bulkish and K-Nox. But if we lose K-Nox to Wyvern, then it's apparent that Bulkish is going to win because Bulkish is just too much of a powerhouse. So what I might try and do is I will put Wyvern against Bulkish, so then at least at the end of this we've got one Beyblade that can face the stamina type, otherwise we have a very boring defense battle and it'll just be a battle of who can spin for longer. Okay, 3, 2, 1, okay, let's see, left defense versus right defense. Seeing that Wyvern is starting to weaken, so that might be our losing point for Wyvern. Oh, it's close. Bulkish just outspun him at the end. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Wyvern just needs to get in there enough to really crack into a bulkish. I don't think he's going to get any chance of a burst or a ring out, but if you can hit him enough. Rude, bulkish, it goes for 40 or more these days. Ah, yeah, he's a pretty hard bait to come by. I found him by random chance in a shop once. I walked past it and I was like, I better get it, and I bought it, and I'm just as well I did. Okay, another win for bulkish. Because this one's the Hasbro one. So this is your Hasbro bulkish, but I'm pretty sure the Takara Tomy one's probably even more expensive. I mean, I got this guy for 28. Our currency is NZD, so I got this for about $28 New Zealand. I'm not really sure what that converts over to, but at the time it was a buy it or don't buy it moment. I have a tendency that when I go shopping with my wife, usually if I'm going for Beyblades, I'll say to her, if I find it, I'm going to buy it, because if I don't pick it up on that particular day, I won't ever find it again. And I had that same problem with a lot of these Beyblades, like Longinus, there was only one that I ever found. Noctimus you could only get in the Tower Pack. Regulus was extremely rare. Cognite was the same, like if I didn't pick up Cognite I would have been in trouble. Calazar. There's quite a few of them that were extremely rare. I mean, even this one, even the RC Beyblades, these ones you couldn't even get on the shelves here. I had to import this from, I think it was eBay or Amazon, because it just didn't come to our shelves. And even then it cost me a fair bit of dollars, because I had to bring it in from overseas. And the worst part was, is I didn't even get the one I wanted. I wanted to get the Valtryek, but they sent me, the Fafnir, because I didn't realize at the time that it was assorted. It was listed as assorted on the listing, which means they send you whatever one they pick up. I was like, oh, it's a shame, because I really wanted the Valtryek. Okay, next round. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Ah, terrible launch there. That did not work out right. Let's try that again. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. There we go. Bells! Hey, welcome back to the stream. I knew you were out there somewhere. Bells says, yeah, when I have been playing against Scotty, he mostly uses the string cord and I mostly use the rip cords. Hawkish wins, as I find them easy and strong push, but it's mostly what you feel like that's easy for you. Yeah. Bells does have a good point. It really comes down to what works better for you at the end of the day. I mean, each cord and launcher has its own particular types. It also comes down to the strength of the blader. Like if you've got a lot more strength in your arm, you'll tend to be able to rip the launcher better. And it also comes down to a lot of launching angles and things. Unfortunately, Bulkish lost that one, so... Oh no, Bulkish won that one, so Wyvern's out. But yeah, so... like the rip cords, you can have a lot of strength in the rip cord, and sometimes if the Beyblade's not sitting right in the launcher, you can actually tear the cord apart and rip all of these teeth off or destroy the gears inside of it. One of them will give. Whereas with the string launchers, they tend to just snag and the cord will just buckle and you won't be able to pull them off. Or like what you might have seen earlier, when I pulled the cord, the Beyblades would stay on the prongs. That's a okay thing for string launchers because it doesn't really do any damage. But if that was a ripcord one and you pulled the cord, you would tear the gears apart or destroy the cord that goes through it. Which is a shame because that tends to happen a lot to this one. Like, this was one of my favorite Beyblade launchers, but it doesn't work the best nowadays because the gears inside it get damaged. Like, this part here does wear out. Like, I've got a video in my playlists and stuff or on my channel that talks about how to fix this area when it breaks down, but that's usually the first part to go. But if the damage goes further into the launcher, it ends up destroying the gears inside it, and then you get really bad launches because the Beyblades no longer get the full power spin out of the launcher. I can try this one now and I'll see if it actually works. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, see, it's working there. There are some Beyblades that won't work too well with. Like, I'll try bulkish and left spin. 3, 2, 1, go. I tend to use the right hand side of this sword launcher more than I do the left, and usually when that comes down to it, the gears are healthier on the left, so they're a lot more rigid. 3, 2, 1, go. So you get a huge amount of power out of this launcher. This launcher is extremely powerful, like almost too powerful. If you were using it against a person who had a Beyblade that was prone to bursting, you would destroy them in seconds with this thing. It's good, but it's not good. Alright, let's do our battle with Cognite and Bulkish. Oh wait, we do still need the left string launcher for this. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Now this is what I was hoping for, stamina versus defense. This means we're going to have an actual normal battle, where one of them can actually win. And we might actually lose Bulkish in this. Bulkish might actually fail because it's a battle of stamina versus defense. Although, Bulkish could actually win. I don't tend to use Bulkish much though, when I do like, well, we don't have any clubs here in New Zealand, but if I do competitive battling against Bells or my wife or anyone else that we battle against, I tend to keep Bulkish out of the battles because he's a bit too overpowered. You can't really burst him and he outlasts just about everything. 3, 2, 1, which makes him a bit of an overpowered Beyblade. And then of course when you get into the GT series or Rise series, you've got Bahamut, and he's basically the new version of Bulkish, and he's OP as well. That one you really can't burst. Okay, what's gonna happen here? Bulkish for another win. One more win and that's the end of K-Nox. 3, 2, 1, bad launch. I felt that in the launcher. Hey viewer, welcome to the feed. How are you going? Brood says, in a couple of weeks I'll have 2 Takara Tomy string launchers. We'll see what I prefer. I won't be getting the sword launcher. It's nice, but it breaks easy. Also I've heard. Nah, you're right on that. It does break easy, and the sword launcher is quite expensive. Like, I bought it for, I think it cost me close to $100 New Zealand, or if not more, just to buy it from eBay, and I got it shipped over here. Oh no, was it Amazon? Yeah, I got it from Amazon. Got it shipped over here, and it more or less malfunctioned in the first day. I did what I normally do. Like, whenever I get new launchers, especially ripcord ones, I always lubricate the cord. Like, I'll put lubrication down the sides of it and then run it in and out of the launcher a few times to try and get the greases and stuff flowing through it, so that there's actually like a bit of a shield on the gears, so if they do get caught, they'll actually slide past each other than snag. But yeah, the sword launcher kind of stopped working within the first sort of like week of owning it, and that really gutted me because I was like, oh, what a shame. I mean, I bought this big powerhouse sword launcher and I'm like, yeah, heaps of power, but yeah, you read anywhere, any forum, like WBBO and stuff like that, or WBO and any Beyblade forum, and they'll basically tell you that the launcher's not really that good, and it does tend to break. and for the cost that you're paying, it's not really worth it. And especially since Takara Tomy haven't released any new versions of it, it's basically just the same one. And I think they've pulled away from it now, because they ended up I mean, the most powerful launcher I have, because I don't know which color you'll get, because I know there's variations, but I got the blue one. So I got the blue LR string launcher. So this switches modes just like most of them, so you can use left mode and right mode. And it's a really good launcher. Like, it's very, very powerful for what it is, and you've got all the nicks and knacks on it. Like, you got left and right, you got the cord, and then you got this key down here. So you can use that key for like Spryzen and other Beyblades that have mode switches, which is neat, because then you don't have to pull the Beyblades apart and find another key to separate it. You've got the key there to do all the jobs, and it's pretty quick. Like, you can get snap launchers and stuff out of this too. Because if I put it as a comparison, I'll get one of these other launchers. So here's like a light launcher in the stringers, and if I use the stringer to launch K-Nox, so this is what the basic string launcher's power is. So that's what you get out of the basic string. And then if you use one of the more professional LR strings, you get this much power. So there's definitely a significant increase in output from just upgrading it to the better string launcher. Brood says, nice, I got that one in black. Okay, did you get the Venom Diabolos Beyblade set? Because I think that one comes with the black one. It has like this little white pattern is actually red. Alright, we got one more battle with K-Nox and then he's toast. 3, 2, 1, get shoot, and get shoot. Okay, let's see if K-Nox can survive. Is he going to be able to make it through, or is that the end for him? Brood says it is from that set. Yes, I bought. Yes, but I bought it separately, so no bay. Ah, I see. Yep, Vokish won that one. Okay, so that's basically all of my evolution base. Now it's basically viewer's choice. Do you guys want to see Hypersphere, or do you want Slingshot? I've also got a few of the first entry base, like the first season Beyblades. There's a few of those around. I haven't used those in a long time. But I'll leave it up to you guys. Which one do you want to see next? Hey viewer, welcome to the stream. Okay, so I can do one of 3 next battle sets. I can do the Hyperspheres, I got Slingshot, or I could go all the way back to the first gen of Beyblade, or Beyblade Burst, I should say. I do have a few Gen 1s, but I've only got 3 of those, so I wouldn't really be able to do many battles with those. And I also only have 1 launcher, so that would really screw things up. I got a cheap nasty launcher for Generation 1 and the actual left launcher for Dragoon, so there would only be, it'd be like a one launch thing. It wouldn't be very effective. Slingshot? Alright, slingshot it is. I've got some pretty good slingshot bays in there, especially now that we've got Turbo Spryzen. It'll be interesting to see how far he goes, although last time I used Turbo Spryzen it was an easy win, because he basically cleaned everyone out and destroyed all of the Beyblades. So I'll use this little red one, because I do have the green collision or cross collision set, but the only problem is with that one is it takes up the whole camera space and the disc is not really going to be able to accommodate it, so I'll have to use this little red one. What I'll also have to do is try and put some anchors down, because this blasted stadium tends to move around with all the centrifugal throw-offs from the base. Okay, so the slingshot ones that I have, what is that? That's a heavy disc, and that's about to be 4. The slingshot base that I have is the Z Achilles. Camera is too bright. The Z Achilles. We got Cabeus, which I think this one is called the Guardian Cabeus. We got the Shining Armaterios. Is it bad that I use all my bays in all the stadiums? Like Hypersphere and Slingshot, Switch Strike and Hypersphere. Nah, it doesn't really make any difference. It won't affect the bays. It's more, I think, that the particular tips on the Beyblades are suited to the stadiums so that you actually get better performance. Like, I could use a Hypersphere Beyblade in here, but you kind of won't get the same sort of effect. There's a lot of arguments around anime accuracy and stuff, and a lot of people don't seem to like Hasbro's Beyblades because they're like, oh, they're not anime accurate, like they don't have the same colors and the same parts and stuff. But at the end of the day, I find that, like, for example, the Slingshot and the Hypersphere Beyblades, those ones in their stadium perform a lot more anime accurate than what a lot of people say they don't. I mean, these Beyblades here, the Slingshot ones, they've got rails. So Hasbro have basically gone and watched the anime and gone, hey, the anime has rails, the Beyblades run up rails, we should do the same thing so that the people playing with the Beyblades get that same sort of feel. Whereas each series of Beyblades so far that they've released, they've got the same stadium and they've put new gimmicks in the base, and you never get that same sort of effect. But I prefer to, I use takara tomys, but I'm a person who's very imagination orientated, so I like to be able to play with something that gives me the same sort of adrenaline and feel as the cartoon. I mean, if you use, like, here's a Hypersphere Beyblade, so if I use this in this stadium, it won't do any harm to the stadium or the Beyblade drivers or anything. You just won't get the same sort of feel. Because, like, they'll move around in here, but the Beyblades will stay mainly in the battle arena. They won't tend to drift off anywhere else. And then the same sort of thing applies if you use it the other way. So if you take the Slingshot Stadium out, and you bring the Hypersphere Stadium in, and then you use like a Hypersphere Beyblade. I haven't actually tried this, so this will be interesting to see. So you use a Slingshot Beyblade in here. You'll still be able to battle, but the only problem with using the Hypersphere Beyblades or the Slingshot Beyblades in the Hypersphere Stadium is more down to the dynamics of the base. So this one here is your Slingshot, and you've got a lot more sort of like smaller tip focused build on the base, so it's heavier or bigger at the top, and then it transitions into a smaller tip so that the Beyblades are higher and able to run around the rails. Whereas the Hypersphere ones, they've got this very bowl-shaped driver so that they roll around the inside of the Hypersphere Stadium. So if you get the Hypersphere Stadium out and you launch one of these Hypersphere bays, they'll roll around the edges. So it's basically just like a ball running around in a skate park. so it'll roll all over the place and slide through. But if you bring in a slingshot bay, the slingshot bays don't have that ball affected driver, so they'll crash into the rims and the brinks of the stadium, and it'll basically suck away their energy. So it's not that it's bad to use different bays in different stadiums. You can do that. It's just you'll lose a lot of the aesthetics of the Beyblade, so you'll end up having a Hypersphere Beyblade that doesn't really respond that well in the stadium. And if you use a slingshot bay in the Hypersphere Stadium, it's going to hit all the low walls and stuff, and it's just going to suck away its energy. So at the end of the day, you end up kind of being a bit bummed out because you don't get the same sort of action that you wanted out of it. Just going to clean up the mess out of it. Okay, that's all the Hypersphere mess cleaned. Alright, let's get our slingshot stadium. Gotta figure out which way looks best. Which way is going to give us the most camera? Probably the other way. That way definitely looks better. Okay, so Beyblades. I seem to be missing one. Where is Turbo Spryzen? Oh, there we are. Throw them across the room. Alright, we got Turbo Spryzen. Okay, so I don't have the entire collection of the Slingshots. I've got a fair few of them though. So the ones I do have is Salamander. We've got Perfect Phoenix. We've got Turbo Spryzen, Z Achilles, Cabeus, Moragna, Sphinx, Lightning X, Artemis, Yggdraon, Astro, Materios, Galaxy Zootron, Forneus, Archer Hercules, Gaianon, Ionosturus, Luminor, Valtriac, and Roctor. A point to note though, Brood, if you get any of the slingshot bays and you haven't got all of them yet, or haven't got any of them at all, the Beyblade that you want to avoid, or if you get one of them, this is the Valtriac that comes in the Rail Rush set that I've got here. This one's actually very weak. Its slopes are terrible and it bursts just about as easy as the Z Achilles that comes in the set as well. I'm actually curious, I haven't got the booster or single booster of Z Achilles yet. I'm actually going to try and see if I can hunt one down, because I actually want to test this Z Achilles against the other Z Achilles, which has a blue driver, because I'm pretty convinced that the ones that come in this, the Valtriac V4 and the Z Achilles A4 that comes in here, actually have weaker slopes so that the two Beyblades are evenly matched. But I'm pretty certain that if you get the Valtriac booster and the Z Achilles booster, I mean the Valtriac booster is this one here. So this is the one that comes in like a single set booster, and it's got a red driver instead of the blue one. You'll see in these battles that this Valtriac will last a lot longer than the other one, just because it's got a tighter bite on the driver. Brood says, yeah, I got the set. These two are the weakest bays I have. Yeah, I'll show you first off what I mean by I'm pretty certain that the Valtriacs are different. I'll put one Valtriac up against Turbo Spryzen, and then I'll put the other Valtriac up against Turbo Spryzen, and I'll show you which one bursts and which one doesn't. There is a likely chance that that the other one I was talking about, the red driver Valtriac, might still burst, but it won't be nearly as early as the other one. So I've got Turbo Spryzen in defense, so we get the most effect. There's the first Valtriac, and I just need to find the 12 disc for this other one. I think the 12 disc might actually be up here on the bench. No, that's not a 12. Okay, 1 second. Can't do an accurate test unless I have the actual discs, otherwise we're not getting a real result. Alright, I found it. Okay, so I've got the Rail Rush Valtryek and the Booster Valtryek, and now I can show you the difference between which one's got a better slope and which one doesn't. So I will find a launcher. Here we go. So I'll use my string launcher because it's got the most power, and then I can demonstrate what I mean by one is better than the other. Okay, so Turbo Spryzen. And then we'll use Rail Rush Valtryek. Whoop, something went wrong there. Felt like the launcher wasn't gripping. Alright, so I'll do Turbo Spryzen, then I'll launch this Valtryek, and I think it's going to drown me out with all the noise, but if you watch this one, you'll see how quickly it goes. It survived. Okay, that doesn't prove much. Let's try this again. Wow, okay. That's unusual. This is not a very good test. Turbo Spryzen was actually bursted by Valtryek, so... Alright. Okay, so maybe Turbo Spryzen's not the best one to make the accurate call on this one, but I'll show you. I'll put the two Valtryeks in there, and we will get an actual demonstration of which one sucks. Let's try something with more pep. Right, so here's Cabayas. We'll try Cabayas. So Cabayas. Basic Valtryek. Ah, it survived. Okay, my test kind of failed, but I can definitely guarantee that this is the better Valtryek. So if you actually see it in a shop, I'd say it's worth getting this one to replace the other one. And if you see the Z Achilles with the blue driver, go with that one. Because then you can switch out those other two Valtryeks that are trash and get two Beyblades that actually do well. Okay, let's do some slingshot battles. So, we'll start off with... We'll use the crappy Valtryek to start off with, and we'll use him as our first bay. And then we will work our way through and see which bays win. So what I think I'll do is, to start off things interestingly, I'll do two Valtryeks versus each other, and we'll see which Beyblade of these two is going to stay on and outlast the other. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so Rail Rush Valtryek gets the first point. Round 2, 3, 2, 1, go. Valkyrie gets the second point. This is unusual. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, the booster pack Valkyrie gets that point there. So we're sitting on 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go, 2, 2. 3, 3, 2, 1, go. Booster Pack Valkyrie's making a mess of the disc. Three, two, one, go. Ah, terrible launch. Aimed at the pocket. Let's try again. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. Yay! Booster Pack Valkyrie wins. Alright, so that puts this Valkyrie out of action. And Booster Pack Valkyrie stays on. So we'll get rid of the other Valkyrie and the next bay. Let's go try something different. Let's go Turbo Spryzen versus Booster Valkyrie. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Well, we can't really count that one because that was a bad launch. Valkyrie didn't land properly. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. First point, Turbo Spryzen. Three, two, one. I'm gonna start this battle again because I don't think this launch is giving us the proper results. Let's go with the stringers. Where is the stringer launcher? Here it is. So switch these out. Gotta find the other launcher first. Where is it at? Where is it at? There it is. Okay. Get a proper battle out of this time. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so Booster Valkyrie loses the first round to Spryzen. 3, 2, 1, go. Spryzen takes the second round. Round 3, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Spryzen did something odd there. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that doesn't sound good, does it? I think this round might be on its way out. Some pretty ugly launches in there. 3, 2, 1, go. My launching is way off at the moment. Okay, oh, nope. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. And there we go. Easy win for Turbo Spryzen. Booster Valkyrie is out. Let's put him up against a very weak contender. Bring in the Achilles. Three, 2, 1, go. Oh, there you go. Epic burst finish. Turbo Spryzen beating the Achilles with a burst. I'll make these matches, I think, from this point on 2 points so we can get through our base. So that would mean the Achilles is gone. Alright, let's move to the next one. So we use Turbo Spryzen versus Artemis. 3, 2, 1, go. So Turbo Spryzen gets that first point. Artemis has got to do a lot more to win. 3, 2, 1, go. Turbo Spryzen for the second point there. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. I have a feeling this launcher is gone. So we need to opt that out for a different one. Okay, we got a different launcher now. Switched it out. We can get some proper launchers in. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. So that ends it for Artemis. 2-point loss. Artemis is gone. Alright, the next Beyblade. Let's try Revive, or Perfect Phoenix, I should say. Perfect Phoenix and Turbo Spryzen. See which one of these bays is the winner. 3, 2, 1, go. It is weird, Turbo Spryzen is in defense, and it's still acting like an attack bay. Alright, first round goes to Phoenix. So Phoenix is sitting on a 1-point lead now. So it means that Turbo Spryzen is going to need 2 points to be able to beat Phoenix. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I let go of the launcher string there, so that doesn't give us any result that we want. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Well, Phoenix got stuck on rails. That could be costly. Yep, Phoenix for the win. So 1-all. 1 more point to take the win. Three, 2, 1, go shoot. Phoenix is stalking Spryzen, so we're gonna see who wins when they run out of power. Because it's gonna be one of those in the middle of the stadium climax battles. And Phoenix for the win, so Spryzen is out. Okay, let's go Phoenix versus Iron Sturus. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, just like that. Phoenix just did not to Iron Sturus, and he is down and out. Now we're going to try and find out whether he can weight this win. That was over faster than I thought it was going to be. Okay, found Iron Sturus' weight disc. That battle ended very fast, so that means Iron Sturus is toast with a 2-point defeat. Alright, let's move to the next one. So we're going to go Sphinx versus Perfect Phoenix. Let's see who wins this battle. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, wow, that was unexpected. Sphinx knocks Perfect Phoenix into the pocket. An unlikely contender scoring a point on a powerhouse. Who would have thought? Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Ooh, Phoenix getting some more nasty hits in there. But I think his nasty hit days are over. He's running out of steam. Oh, he knocked off Perfect Phoenix's armor, but it wasn't enough. Brood says that was a nice, quick but nice battle. Yeah, that ended very fast. He basically tore my Astros to pieces. So now these two are sitting on one apiece. So to see if Sphinx can score another point on Phoenix, or is Sphinx going to face the gallows? 3, 2, 1. Okay, which way is it going to go? I think it might be over Sphinx, because it's kind of a heavy hit and then it's out. It's all power and no stamina. So Sphinx is gone. Okay, Perfect Phoenix versus Lightning X. Let's see if he is able to survive. 3, 2, 1. I smashed off the armor. I'm gonna have to put that one again. That isn't gonna work for us. Let me put the armor back on. Alright, Phoenix. And Lightning. 3, 2, 1. Alright, who's gonna win this one? Oh, that was over. There you go. Lightning is down. It's a real shame. I kind of like this Beyblade. I like its design, but the slopes are really, really weak, so it doesn't really stand a chance against anything in the stadium. Alright, next bay. Phoenix versus Armaterios. The Takara Tomy version of Armaterios is a very awesome bay. 3, 2, 1. Oops. I think a lot of these launchers of mine are starting to die. You can hear the gears and stuff of them starting to skip. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Alright, who's gonna get this battle? Definitely not Armaterios though. He's too slow, and that driver is gonna win him down. There we go. Okay, 1 point to Phoenix. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Round 2. Go. Winner is Phoenix, so Armaterios is out. That's another one down. Okay, let's go for 2 heavy bays. Let's try Astro versus Phoenix. Oh, but I need to switch to the left one for this one. Astro is a left-hand launched bay, so we'll need left grip. Okay. Oh, hang on. The armor I have on Astro is slipping off. The frame, I should say. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go shoot! That was going to be unfortunate if Phoenix didn't get out of that pocket. Even though he was stuck in there, it was still not enough to beat him. He wore him down, but he still had the power to take out Astro. 3, 2, 1. Alright, 2 heavy bays. Let's see which one wins. Phoenix for the win again, so Astro is defeated. Okay, on to the next one. Let's try Cabeus. Cabeus is a good defense type bay, and for the slingshot line, he is even better. The Survive driver has a tendency to switch between stamina and defense, or should I say attack and defense mode, which means it's unpredictable to say what it's going to do during a match. 3, 2, 1, get Okay, he's coming in for a barrage on Phoenix. Slowly chipping at that armor. Can Phoenix withstand him? Oh, there you go. Cabeus beats Phoenix. So 1 point for him. Rude says, I'm going to go to bed. It's 2:35 here. Nice watching your vid stream. Okay, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Best on Phoenix. Is he gonna get the second round? Ooh, Phoenix for the point, so 1 apiece. 3, 2, 1. And there you go, Caballus wins, so that puts Phoenix to rest. Next Beyblade, Salamander. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Salamander Caballus. Who's gonna win this battle? So the survive driver is switched into defense mode now. He's no longer in the attack position. Ooh, drawer. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So Caballus is switched over into attack mode now. And that's all he needed. All he needed. Stealing a win from Salamander. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Attack mode again for Caballus. And switching back to defense to take the center. Ooh, Salamander gets a win, which means Caballus is out, unfortunately. So, Salamander stays on. Caballus almost had it, but it just wasn't enough. Alright, let's go Yggdrasil versus Salamander. 3, 2, 1, go. So Salamander's the defense. Yggdrasil, I think, is in the switch shot. I think he's an attack. So Yggdrasil for the win there. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, Salamander gets a win, so we're sitting on 1 apiece. 3, 2, 1. Oh, really good hit there from Yggdrasil. It's a shame that wasn't enough to put Salamander in the pocket. Salamander doesn't have the steam though. I think he's going to lose this one. And there we go. Salamander is out, and our winner is Yggdrasil. Okay, so Yggdrasil is now going to face Gaianon. Let's see which one of these two bays is the better. Then it's going to move on to face the others. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Whoa, that was over fast. There you go. Gaianon is down. Smashed into the pocket wall, or in the stadium wall. Came back again and was crushed by Yggdrasil. So Yggdrasil moves forward. Okay, let's put Yggdrasil up against Luinor L4 and see if Luinor L4 has what it takes to take down Yggdrasil. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bruno is on the attack, but then again, so is Yggdrasil. However, does not have the same stamina aspect as Yggdrasil, so the first round goes to Yggdrasil, easily defeating Bruno. 3, 2, 1, go. Both bays hitting each other pretty hard in this round. Both fighting for that point. And there we go. Yggdrasil says goodbye to Bruno, and he wins the match. Okay, our next Beyblade, Emperor Fornius versus Yggdrasil. This is probably the first time ever that Yggdrasil has made it this far in the slingshot battles. 3, 2, 1. Oh! That was a brutal hit. Yggdrasil smashes Fornius into that pocket up there, claiming the win. It was almost a burst too. That could have been brutal. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Yggdrasil barrages Fornius and claims the win. So Yggdrasil is out. Alright, next Beyblade, Archer Hercules versus Yggdrasil. Okie dokie, 3, 2, 1, go. Yggdrasil has blinding speed, but Archer Hercules has defense, has stamina, but he's down. He found out, which means he hands the point over to Yggdrasil. Friction is not his friend. 3, 2, 1, go. I think Archer Hercules is going to face the same fate again though. Let's move back to the middle, and his energy's running out. Yggdrasil gets a few easy hits in, and there you go. Archer Hercules is down. So Yggdrasil moves forward. His next contender, Galaxy Zootron. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and Zootron's going to sit in the middle, so it'll be interesting to see if Yggdrasil can crush him. Although Yggdrasil's looking like he's fatigued, and the win is for Galaxy. On to the next one. 3, 2, 1. And that was a bad launch there from Yggdrasil. He did not get any launch power at all. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go shoot! That's much better. Actually got some action now. Oh no! There you go! So Yggdrasil made it this far only to lose to Galaxy Zootron with a burst end. That's a bit disappointing, but there you go. Yggdrasil is out. Okay, the next Beyblade we have is Roktavor. Roktavor is going to be our next contender in this battle. Time to see if Roktavor has what it takes to take down Galaxy. If not, it's up to Moragna. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. There we go, Roktavor and Galaxy. Galaxy smashed Roktavor there. Roktavor didn't have a chance. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Nope. Zootron's not going to get a contender if Roktavor doesn't stay on the grips. 3, 2, 1, go. And go. Alright, here we go. Roktavor's on the move. He's wasting his energy. That last hit really crushed him. There you go. 2 points to Galaxy Zootron, which means his next battle is against Moragna. Alright, here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1, go. And go. Which of these bays is going to claim the slingshot title for today? Moragna with round 1. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh no, Moragna's got caught in the rails. That counts as a defective battle, seeing as Moragna made no contact with Zootron. Alright, final round. 3, 2. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and... And there we go, guys. It is unbelievable to be said, but our winner for the slingshot battles is Galaxy Zootron. Who would have seen that coming? Okay, guys, so I'll leave the live stream there for today. Thank you for watching if you tuned in to my channel to see the battles. It was great to hang out with you. I hope everyone's safe, stay well, and until next time, as always, KB.